Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Saturday, the 6th of March 2021. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the Star Spinner Tarot for this reading. Let's see what the cards have to say about Saturday and what you'll be working with. Let's have a look. I hope you've had a wonderful week. Let's see what Saturday is going to be like. First card is... Wow, the Ten of Pentacles again. We've had that so often recently. So there's really the potential for security and comfort and getting to a point of completion and achievement in your financial life, in your practical circumstances. It's reaching a new plateau that gives you a whole new perspective on your whole life and you can go in a different direction. It's really a very luxurious card that gives you a lot of choice. Then we have the Princess of Chalices, okay? And then we have the Four of Chalices. Same princess, now sitting on a stone, okay? So, let's have a look. The Ten of Pentacles is a card that says you're at a crossroads in your life. You've got to a point where you've either made a ton of cash, or you bought your castle on the hill, or you have the time and comfort to sit in your little robe and to play with your dog all day and just to watch life go by, and everything is good and life supports you. You can see the tree of life here from the Kabbalistic tradition, and everything is perfectly balanced. All aspects of your life work. Remember, Pentacles is money and your practical circumstances. So this could be your body, it could be your connection with your dog, this could be your talent for art and your ability to express yourself, your bank balance, your castle on the hill. Everything is fully charged. We've got the most amount of earth that we can possibly get. So your influence on your circumstances is immense. And if you decide you want to live somewhere else, or if you want to rearrange your daily structure, it's all down to you. You are the boss. You're the wise one. You get to say how your life runs and functions. No one else does. He's the king of the castle here with man's best friend. No one's going to tell him that he needs to, scuttle off somewhere and go and run some errands. If anything, he's the one who decides what happens when. And that's what you have today. You have a huge sense of authority and self-belief. You're incredibly self-reliant, and you're very, very influential when it comes to the way your life operates. And you're not shy about changing things, being practical, making decisions, taking action, and getting things done. So if you procrastinate, it's a great day to address the things that you're procrastinating about. If there's anything to do with money or your health or career, if you want to send applications or if you need to make changes to your CV, then this is a great day to do all of that. Next, we've got the Princess of Chalices. And obviously I'm being, because this looks like the Little Mermaid in Denmark. I went to Copenhagen a few years ago, and there's a statue of the Little Mermaid on a rock, and loads of tourists and everything, because Hans Christian Andersen wrote the story and he was Danish, so obviously it's in Denmark. Thank you. And The Little Mermaid is a story I've always loved, because it's about this mermaid who falls in love with a human prince, and she changes herself to become human so she can be with this guy. So there's this obstacle when it comes to love. And, again, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out why I would identify with that, obstacles being involved in love sometimes. And that's what the Princess of Cups really represents. This, this really sweet, almost childlike belief in love and that anything is possible. And then the real world and the limitation it presents us with, and the childlike disappointment that causes when you first realize that things aren't always going to go 100% your way, and that you do have to figure it out. This princess is a little bit all over the place emotionally. Chalices is water, so it's your feelings, it's the way you love, it's the way you connect spiritually. Because she's a princess, but she's kind of hanging out in the lake with nothing but her little tiara there. at night with a puppy, it just doesn't make sense. She's not responsible. She's not following the rules. She's living her feelings. And remember, the princess is a court card. So it goes from very inexperienced to very, very experienced. So the page, no idea. Knight or princess, some idea. Queen, king, lots of idea. She doesn't know how to manage her feelings. And she's erratic. So instead of snoozing away in bed where she should be, she's out gallivanting in the forest, skinny dipping with her little puppy. Dangerous. And I mean, not that amusing. And really, if someone did that in real life, I mean, I know I'm taking this a bit too seriously, but if you were responsible for someone and they just, ran off in the middle of the night and went swimming in the lake, you'd be concerned because the trust level wouldn't quite be there. So you'd think this young lady is rather impulsive. I don't know how I'm going to manage this. What is also going on for her? It can't be very easy, and it just brings up a lot of questions. So you've got this amazing insight into your practical circumstances, but emotionally, you're somewhat riled up and things are a little bit turbulent. And when things are turbulent, the ego often gets involved and it says, oh, you see, even though you've lived here for 18 years, you now hate this forest and you have to go move to another country. Do it now if you want to be happy. So extreme emotions are a signal to you today that your ego is trying to create some shenanigans in your life and that any whims or instant decisions are not the best idea. And tapping into something that's constant and something that you can actually work with and hang on to, so a house or a haircut or a dog, rather than a state of being, an emotional state, a mood, which you cannot hold on to. And if you have a choice between the practical and the real, and the emotional and the moody, then choose the real. Focus on the real stuff, what you can do, and let the moods come in and out. And with intense emotions like this, the good thing is that they can inspire and they can cause you to act because you're just so full of excitement. But on the downside, it can really cause some problems, and it can cause emotional upheavals and arguments and exhaustion and all sorts of things. So let yourself be inspired by extreme emotions. Focus on the practical, but don't let yourself be derailed by bad moods or sudden whims that need to be fulfilled. And if you want to throw a real fit, then try and avoid it. It's not going to serve you. It'll exhaust you emotionally and you'll not get what you want by throwing a fit. Keep the bridges intact between you and other people, even if people do drive you up the wall or make you want to scream or pull your hair out. So your feelings are something that you need to manage today and kind of keep on top of. Also, extreme emotions, obviously, the obvious one is love. When you're in an extreme emotional state, you can experience an adventure, a romance that is very, very personal, and that only happens when things are heightened and super intense. So it could be that you have a romantic energy in your life today that really causes some chaos. I would suggest going with the flow through the day rather than listening to all of your feelings and making declarations of love. Finally, we've got the Four of Cups, and the Four of Cups is someone who's sulking. Usually it's someone under a tree with his arms crossed. It's a card that says you've got so much good stuff in your life to be grateful for, but you're not feeling it. It's not a moral judgment saying, oh, you ungrateful little brat. It's saying that sometimes we have good things in our lives, but sometimes we can't feel them and we take things the wrong way. So she's a princess with a nice little castle, but she's sitting on a rock moping because she doesn't have a boyfriend. So it's all a matter of perspective. Today, you have the opportunity for love to be massively inspired and also to sabotage your life with fits of anger or moodiness, so avoid those. And you also have the opportunity to change your circumstances and to really be an authority in your own life and to count on yourself as the boss. Be grateful for those things instead of lamenting the things you haven't got. Because there are certain rules in place, and if you focus on the things you haven't got, it's like this chasm appears and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and you start to feel really empty. If you focus on the things you do have, the nice castle, the lovely mermaid tail, the job, the puppy, then you focus on those things and that gets bigger and bigger. And you love all those things that you've got in your life. You know, isn't he cute? Aren't I snuggly and warm in my little bed? Appreciating those things expands them and generates more positive things to come into your life. So then we're looking at the 10 of Pentacles as a cosmic cash point machine that lets you hear ka-ching, because when you focus on the good stuff, you manifest it. And with the 10 of Coins being this tree, you can really light up every pentacle on this grid. And you can get what it is you want. So you have to, well, you don't have to do anything, but you can exercise some control over your perspective and use extreme feelings to your advantage. And you can minimize the negative stuff by simply not reacting. If someone says something stupid or provocative, you don't need to get into an argument and prove that you're right. You can walk away. You have options. And I'm saying that proving that you're right and getting into it with someone isn't really going to help you. Keeping the bridges open and focusing on your boss nature is really going to help you make some lovely changes which you can appreciate for yourself. So you don't need to... It's like the whole story with the Little Mermaid. The reason it's a story is because there is an obstacle. If it was just a mermaid and she could just decide when she had a tail and legs, there wouldn't be any friction in that story. There wouldn't be any drama. And she'd just kind of jump out of the water, walk up on land, and that'll be the end of it. So the fact that you have some emotional obstacle today, that's really the interesting thing about the day. And that's the thing that pushes you forward into making wonderful changes, or that can push you into having a little bit of a meltdown. So the fuel is the same, it's just which way you're going to use it. And the gratitude energy is really, really 100% certain thing that it'll push you in the right direction. If you get into the attitude of gratitude, if you find yourself ungrateful and complaining all day long, then you know something's gone wrong and you've taken a wrong turn. Get back to that place of gratitude and start over. 10 and 1 is 11, and 4 is 15, 1 and 5 is 6, and 6 is a temporary opportunity in numerology. So this feeling is like a car full of petrol that you can use to really shoot into the right direction and land in a position in life that you want to be in. So have a wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to audio reading with me. If you have questions about your work or how to manifest certain hopes and dreams, if relationships are a problem and you want to look at those, or children, if you don't know what to do for work or what your purpose is in life, then please do get in touch for a personal reading. I can look at all those things by drawing up your birth chart and give you the answers to those questions. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online. Have an amazing Saturday, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.